I'm Ruth England and welcome to a brand new series of Wish You Were Here Today. Well, I'm escaping the cold, dark British winter here in Tenerife, and every day for the next 3 weeks I'll be here to share a little bit of that sunshine with you. So whether you're planning your next family holiday or a weekend away and you want a few tips, bit of inspiration, or you want to do nothing, simply chill out and travel from your living room, you can do all of that with us. Plus, if you want a little bit of sunshine of your very own, then stay right where you are, because every day in the Wish You Were Here Today competition, we're giving away a holiday. Well, if that sounds like your kind of holiday, then all you have to do is answer this question. Lines are open right now and calls only cost 25 pence. But the best thing is we'll be announcing the winner before the end of the programme, so you won't have to wait around to find out whether you've won. But first of all, let's find out where we're travelling to today. Now, there are some places in the world that just sound exotic, like Kathmandu, Angkor Wat or Madagascar. And then, of course, there's Bora Bora, which is right here in the Pacific Ocean. That's the UK, Bora Bora round there. Now, it kind of sounds like the place that pop stars and film stars go on holiday, but does it live up to its exotic-sounding name? Well, there was only one way to find out. It was a dirty job, but somebody had to do it. It wasn't easy to get there. I had to go via LA and then Tahiti, and it took around 32 hours. But now I'm here, all that is just a distant memory. And what a way to get breakfast. Joanna. Maruru. Really is incredible here. And it's not bad inside either. We might be on stilts in the middle of the ocean, but there's no way you can call this place basic. And the coffee table's pretty special too. The main volcanic island is surrounded by motus, or sand islands, and my hotel sits on one of them. All the buildings are designed in traditional Tahitian style, with real attention to detail. Paradise. But even in paradise, it rains sometimes. And when it rains in Bora Bora, it really rains. From time to time, the heavens open in the tropics, but storms here are usually short and sharp. Whatever the weather, the Over the Lagoon bar is the place to be. And lest we forget where we are, there's a Polynesian dance show after dinner. Now, glorious though the hotel is, you don't have to stay here the whole time. There are complimentary water buses that run every 45 minutes, and it takes, 3 minutes to get to the mainland? At just 12 square miles, the main island is quite a compact place. It's home to 2,000 people. Add the tourists and the population almost doubles. It's certainly worth making the effort to explore the island. I'd heard there were problems with litter and unfriendly locals, but I didn't see either. In fact, tourism is vital to the local economy. I took a half-day jeep safari tour. It costs around £35. Look at the size of those. I've never seen them that big. This is a coffee bean. Guava? No. Lime? Lime? Lime.
That's Tahitian lime.
Oh, that smells beautiful. Off-roading is even better after the rain. And take a tip from me, plaster yourself with mosquito repellent before you set off. We're never going to get out of this.
Hang on the bar.
Look at this, I've no idea what's on the other side of this. Wow! And my next tip, give breakfast a miss before you go. It's absolutely chucking it down again. Feels more like Birmingham than Bora Bora. Still, c'est la vie. Anyway, tonight I'm having a drink at the island's most famous bar restaurant and celebrity hangout, Bloody Mary's. And here's a list of the famous guests with people like Marlon Brando, Harrison Ford, Michael Heseltine. You can't come to Bora Bora and not spend an evening here. A courtesy minibus operates for many hotels. A cocktail costs around £5. There's a pretty impressive selection of seafood too. But I'm dining at a roulotte, a mobile kitchen. Roulottes are well used by the locals, and believe it or not, the most popular dish is Chinese. A plate of chow mein will cost you more than £5, but this is Bora Bora, and nothing's cheap. Most activities in Bora Bora revolve around the spectacular Blue Lagoon. And now that the skies have cleared again, that's exactly where I'm going. And this is quite definitely the best way to do it, in a pirogue, a traditional Polynesian flat-bottomed canoe. This trip stops to snorkel and feed harmless stingrays. It costs £35. But whether it costs the environment more is another matter. Patrick, surely it's not a good thing to feed wild animals. It can't be a good thing.
Well, you can feed the wild animals, but don't get them full. When they get full, they sit on the bottom, they don't do nothing. Give them just a little bit.
Well, I'm not sure I'm convinced with Patrick's argument, especially as some black-tipped reef sharks have decided they'd like to share the stingray's free handout. And any association between humans and foods in the eyes of a shark can't be that good. So, what's the verdict on Bora Bora?
It is totally different to any other place you're going to go to. I think it's so remote. You look at it on a map and you struggle to find it.
I couldn't find it. Another one could not find Bora Bora. Is it worth traipsing all the way around the world for?
Absolutely. Anywhere else you go, you're going to be compared to this, and it's just not going to be the same.
Now, there's just one thing missing from our picnic, and guess who's been volunteered? Yeah?
One of your hands is supposed to push you up from down here.
I haven't got enough muscles in my left arm. We're all going to be very, very hungry at this rate. Help! Help! How did you find the rain? Don't say wet. No.
Very heavy, very dark, and it was quite windy as well. But then you see this and
It's worth it.
Ah, so that's how you do it.
We didn't even look at anywhere else for our honeymoon. This was the only place we were ever going to come. Thank heavens that it is actually sunny, but worth every penny. And,
I must say, I'm sold on it. I really cannot wait to come back. I might have to rob a bank first. Now, I know it's a horrendously long journey, but I would so recommend that trip. I mean, you saw the colour of that lagoon. When you're actually there, it makes the Caribbean look like Brighton. But if you are going to cough out all that money, you want to make sure it's not going to rain. So the best time to visit is between April and October. Don't forget, you've still got time to win a holiday in today's competition. Lines are only going to be open for the next few minutes to give us a chance to announce the winner's name before the end of the show. And remember, calls only cost 25 pence. I mean, that's less than the price of a first-class stamp. And don't go away, because we've still got all of this to come on Wish You Were Here Today. Welcome back to Wish You Were Here Today. Now, last year in the UK, we enjoyed some of the hottest temperatures since records began. In fact, there was an all-time high of 38.5 degrees centigrade. And for all you Fahrenheit people out there, that's 101.3 degrees, which is hot enough for some people to consider holidaying at home. Now, one of the most popular British holidays, particularly with families, is to rent a cottage. And that's exactly what Dermot Murnaghan and his... Well, there you go, an entire report about Cornwall without mentioning Cornish pasties. So I'm going to mention them. Now, did you know that Cornwall produces 3 million Cornish pasties a week, although 90% of them are sold outside the county? And originally, pasties were eaten by tin miners down the tin mines, and they would throw away the pastry part, the crust, to avoid being poisoned by the tin on their fingers. Well, what do you know? Well, I imagine what you'd like to know is how much the holiday cost. These days, with budget airlines offering such a choice of flights to Europe, it's probably easier for most of us. Rodri taking to the high life there with extreme ease. But he's a bit like that, is our Rodri. Now, if you want some of the same, you can charter your very own luxury yacht for around £850 per day. Now, you probably also need to take out a second mortgage to drink at Abaco. A cocktail costs £9.30 and a glass of wine is £4. But it is a real celebrity hangout, and who knows, you may even bump into Michael Douglas sipping a cocktail there, because he has just signed a £3.6 million contract to be official ambassador for Mallorca.